What's going on, people? Got Roger Mack and Goggle Man with Team Garage here, finally bringing you the secret, chocolatey covered, sprinkly, delicious ice cream Hondo Jampot deck list.
And we're back.
And the spoiler is, this deck is not good. We've been hyping it up for months. Trying to make it good. So the lore behind this is like a week or two into set 2's released, I had an opportunity to trade for a Hondo showcase, and it wasn't very expensive, and so I did make the trade because Hondo showcase looks really nice and the colors are cool. Really and I like Hondo a lot because he's like a pirate, you know, he's got that like pirate aura, and so it's like a fun character lore-wise in the universe. And just trying to make the deck good, I'm like, there's got to be like something that is good here. And then after that, there was the big Gen Con tournament where George Hudson got second with the blue Hondo, and so I kind of started going into that and testing that, and just fair warning, it probably is the better deck. So if you want to win with Hondo, you probably just play the blue Hondo. But then actually one day playing online, I ran into Jampot. So shout out to Jampot. He was playing this deck and he like smashed me in. I think I was playing Mono Palp and he destroyed me with this deck, and we ran a best of 3. It was super fun. So then I was like, okay, well, he gave me the deck list, and I was able to tweak it a little bit to my liking, and this is kind of what I landed on. Been playing it a little bit. Again, it's not something that's I'm saying you're going to break the meta with this, but it is super fun to bring to locals and mess around with it. It throws people off. They're like, Hondo yellow, like what is where did this even come? First of all, you put your leader down, and then they're like, okay, Hondo, and then you put a yellow piece down there, like, I don't know what's happening. I'm gonna pick him up. Gshiffe is like
this guy obviously had no idea what he's doing, so it's gonna be an easy win.
Yeah,
you know,
easy win.
I'm just gonna conversate some more, you know.
Yeah, and then it's kind of like an aggro deck, so it's even more like, what is happening? How is this happening to me right now? So yeah, it's a super fun deck. So we're gonna go over it a little bit here and kind of the benefit of it.
I want to do a quick shout out to Oziak and Gshiffe for making a custom outro for the channel. You can contact them and find them on the SoundCloud and stuff in the description. They're really awesome, and they were able to just turn out a custom thing for us, and it's really cool. So thank you, Gshiffe and Oziak.
General game plan is you're abusing Hondo to give experience tokens, but it's to give tempo to your aggro game. And so if you look at the deck list, we are not playing many Smuggle targets. We're playing Timely, the Hot Shot Blaster, the Collection Starhopper, and Bazine. Those are our Smuggle targets. So all of our Smuggle targets are below, I believe Bazine costs 4, and so that's our highest Smuggle target to play using Smuggle from the resource row. And so the point is, most of them do something pretty advantageous to the board state, and then you get to buff one of your units to help that aggro kind of play style you're playing. Obviously, the Hot Shot Blaster, real fun aggro combo there. You play it, you buff something, then you attach the blaster to it and it attacks. So you get a +3. Yeah, Timely's kind of the same thing. You can play something with ambush, but buff it before the ambush is resolved.
Ooh, that's nice too.
Yeah, you can get higher trades with that. But the main thing that we're kind of wanting to buff and push the damage with is the Lurking TIE Phantom. That's the main point of the deck. Your kind of main win con is you have this space unit that can only be defeated by combat damage, right? That's its weak point. It's a 2/2 in space. So then how do you counter that and make it so you can win with it? Well, you just keep giving it experience tokens. And there you go. Like, they just can't outpace that sometimes, especially when you're playing cards like Bazine and ripping that one card from their hand that maybe is their out, and then you're just buffing it again. So it's like the definition of cunning, like tempo aggro, and it just works sometimes. It's super fun. Yeah, it's great. And when it happens. I like had the lurking TIE Phantom up to like a 6/6 swinging for 8 one game. Like, it's just gross.
You turn your clock, bud.
Yeah, and if they just don't have the out, like they just don't have the out, and it's
like you gotta have it. Deck.
Yeah, so those are all the Smuggle cards, and then we're kind of just playing like good stuff aside from that.
Okay.
But the main point is, it's also a budget deck. We're not playing any legendaries in the deck either.
No legendaries?
No legendaries. You could if you really wanted to, but like the biggest and most obvious swap you could probably make is, I have 3 Mauls, you could probably play 3 Vaders, but honestly, a good chunk of the deck is Underworld, so that's one bonus, is you can save the damage on Maul. But secondly, if we're getting to 7, the Maul play is just kind of to overwhelm damage for game. That's kind of what he's there for.
Okay, so you're like closing the game on 7.
Yeah, and so it's like Vader wouldn't even really solve that. So I think Maul kind of fits into that slot even better than Vader actually does.
That makes sense.
Yeah, and then aside from that, I think this is fine. I don't think you need legendaries. And then the rare count, I think it's like 13 rares. There's like 11 in the main deck. It's the 3 Mauls, 3 Bazine, 3 Hotshot, 2 Traitorous, and then the 2 Palps to turn in the side. So 13 rares in total for the list. Most of them aren't anything crazy. Maul is probably your most expensive rare by far.
Hotshot.
Yeah, Hotshot might be a couple bucks. Traitorous and Palps to turn.
I guess there's lower rarities too. So like.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
You don't have to bling it up.
I'm like used to like the maximum amount of rarity with this guy.
And then there is 2 more Smuggle cards in the side, which is the Pirate Battle Tank. That's more of like a late game Smuggle, but it is a Sentinel. So again, a lot of times when you're playing something on Smuggle, especially a unit, you're usually playing it pretty below curve, but Hondo kind of fixes that. And you can play it on curve by buffing itself, by giving it an experience token. So kind of like the collection Starhopper. A lot of times my turn 1 is just like playing Crafty Smuggler or Seasoned Shore Trooper, but I have the Starhopper resourced. And then my turn 2 will be Smuggle in the Starhopper. Now, if there's something in the ground, then I'm like, I don't think I should buff my unit in the ground. It's probably just going to get traded with. Then I can just play the Starhopper and give that an experience token, and then I'm paying 3 for a 3/3 in space, which is actually sometimes ahead of curve. You think of like red 3 is a 2/3 in space. So it's just, you have that option to kind of put that experience too. That's the interesting part. You're like, okay, where do I need this experience? I kind of can throw it wherever I want. So it's very like utility wise, can help again with just that tempo. Like, okay, I need this.
Some really good trades when you do that. Yeah,
you can, especially like Timely Intervention, the Consortium Star Viper. Okay. So it comes out as a 4/4 in space. So that can like take out a Millennium Falcon and live that interaction, which it can't do before that.
That's
so. Same thing with like the Phase 3 Dark Trooper timely intervention. That normally it trades with like a 3-3, but now it becomes a 4-4. Trades with a 3-3 and gets an experience token. Yeah, and he gets an experience token because of his ability, so it becomes a 5-5. Now he'd have 3 damage, so he's a 5-2, but still a 5-2 Sentinel.
And it could get stronger if like they just are inefficient. And even like set 3 stuff, there's gonna be a lot of 1/1s and stuff like that hanging out. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah. Right. So yeah, that's about it though, guys. I recommend you try it out. It's a super fun deck. If you don't run into Sabine, it's a super fun time. You'll probably win a bunch of matches.
That's actually really good. I remember Wookiee Whiskey's Vader, that was the thing about his Vader, was that it was like that was the only bad matchup, and over time I think it ended up getting phased out because Boba became another contender for an aggro deck. So now there's like 2 versions, So do you think even like a mono Boba would be good against this too? Because it's basically aggro. It's just a different flavor.
Yeah, it's just a different flavor. But honestly, we can keep up pretty fast with some of the decks. Now, we don't get to play Cunning on 4, so that's kind of the big swing, is whatever happens that turn. But if we can kind of stay at least somewhat on curve, and if we get our Lurking TIE Phantom out before Boba does, and they don't have an answer to it, then they have to wait until 6 resources to get their Fire Spray out. And so
have you gone it stronger than the Fire Spray?
Oh yeah, because especially you can just OB as well. You get 2 or 3 experience tokens on it, and then you OB it, and then
gosh, that can get crazy too.
Yeah,
like
even
the 1 unit, and then you OB.
Yeah, even like the damage to other units doesn't even matter much. It's just the fact that you're giving it another +2/+2 for a turn, so it swings for more damage. Yeah, that's what's good about it.
Have you closed a game out from that?
Yeah, I've played it. I've actually done a bunch of times where I'm just like, okay, this is a 5/5. It swings for 7 because of Raid 2. Boom, now it swings for 9. Like, yeah. The Gshiffe is, again, if they don't have the outs for it, and I think a lot of people are kind of trending off of Make an Opening right now, and no one's playing Mystic Reflection, which are the 2 cards that are like give something -2/-2.
Yeah, you're getting around that anyways if you just put one experience.
If you just 1, you're saved there. So it's really just like the Lurking TIE Phantom deck, like the most optimal Lurking TIE Phantom deck. How to break this card?
The secret's out.
The secret's out. That's it. If you guys play the deck, the Secret TIE Phantom. Let us know if you have some success or just something fun. I don't know if this is something that I'll continue on with going forward. A little bit too hyped for it, but who knows?
A lot too hype, I think.
I will say, if we get a turn 1 Smuggle unit with good stats, I think that will be like this will be a game changer.
Will
for the
we
deck.
get it though?
Will we? Probably not, I'm sure, because of literally Hondo, that they cannot do that. So.
And then also McClunky, just because any Underworld card. So I'm like, they also had to watch the Underworld tag as well because of McClunky.
Right. So it's like that.
Man.
Yeah, I think it's
so much slide.
Yeah, you can only let so much slide. It's like, I don't know if we'll get a Smuggle card that's like that broken, because then it just gets even more broken for this one leader, but pretty underperforming leader. So might be okay. Might be an okay thing to do. Yeah. All right. Well, that's it. The secret's finally out. We got the Hondo list. Again, shout out to Jampot on Discord. That was a super nice guy to interact with online playing the game, and I appreciate him giving me the deck list to work with. If you guys like the deck, like the video, feel free to leave a like and leave us some comments down in the section there. We try to respond to all of them that we can. Subscribe to the channel, turn on the bells for notification.
Subscribe for the vibes and share it with your friend, and try this deck out before anyone else tells you otherwise. Catch you in the next one.
Peace.
23, it's in plain sight, it's a mirage, it's not a facade. Feel the power of an overwhelming barrage of joy and enjoy the ferocity of Teen Garage. It's in plain sight, it's a mirage, it's not a facade.